Hi, I'm Caroline with Curious Cardinals. Today, I'm going to tell you my experience as a Curious Cardinals mom and what Curious Cardinals has done for my children. So, I have a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old, an 8th grader and 11th grader. And in the last 4 or 5 months, they've actually transformed how my kids' learning experience has been outside of school. They've both always been excellent students, but they've kind of taken different journeys in that one wanted to pursue a passion project and one wanted some academic mentorship. So we'll start with my daughter. My daughter, Olivia, is 13. She's an 8th grader. She's doing great academically, but her passion is theater. She's co-president of her middle school theater. Um, and she, just adores theater. That's all she can talk about. And she does not have any formal training, and her best friend's also in theater, and she was losing all of the major parts to her best friend. So while she was super happy for her best friend, she was sad for herself. So she came to me and said, "Mommy, is there any way I can work with someone to improve my acting and theater skills?" And I said, "Absolutely." So her mentor, Miss Paloma, is a theater major from Stanford and has helped her in the last 3 months. So much so that she actually won a major role in their latest play that's coming up in a couple months, along with her best friend. I think the difference is, when I was helping my daughter, I'd say to her, you need to work on your stage presence. And of course, being a teenager, she'd roll her eyes at me and say, "Yeah, whatever, Mom, you're not a theater major, you're an engineer, you don't know what you're talking about." But when I spoke with Miss Paloma and said, "Hey, this is what I observed, and I'm sure you do the same thing," and you speak to her about it and explain to her what that is, that actually made a transformational difference, and actually leveled up my daughter's skills as an actor. And having that coach for her and someone to cheer her on has made a huge difference. Now, now my son, who's 16, and then it's 11th grader, Noah, he's always been an excellent student, except when the pandemic hit and he was starting high school. The challenges of honors geometry and honors algebra 2 really did a number on him. This first time he ever experienced getting a B, and it really cut into his confidence, into who he was. He's like, maybe I'm just not suited for math. I actually hate math. So when he started 11th grade this year, I said, "Hey, you're 16 years old. I'm going to let you make your own decisions." He started with honors pre-calc, and he wasn't sure he wanted to stay in. And I said, "Well, why don't we start by having you work with a mentor who can help you form a strong foundation so that you won't always have to worry about catching up." So at first he resisted, and I said, "Hey, let's give your Curious Cardinals mentor 1 month. Work with him every week." So he got a mentor, and it was picked for him, David Hill, who's majoring in math and physics at Harvard. And, it actually changed how my son saw pre-calc. And so much so that David's also helping my son in AP physics at the same time. And it's been a transformation in seeing how confident he is in what he's working on, and not having to stress out every time a grade comes out or a test comes out, because he understands a lot more of what's going on before having to take a test, do bad, then have to catch up again. And the transformation has been phenomenal in that he is also working with David on the SAT and SAT prep. Now, 6 months ago, when I asked him to start working on SAT prep, he would give a half-hearted, "Okay, I'll work on this myself on Khan Academy," but never really fully committing. But David is holding him accountable. So as he's gained confidence in both math and physics, David has also challenged him for the SAT. They have a game plan for the next SATs going forward. And before my son took the SAT in December, he told me, "Hey, Mommy, David did this amazing thing, and it's kind of crazy, but he had me do the calculator section of an SAT in the hour without a calculator and without pen and paper. He wanted me to improve my mental math skills and to work faster, because that's part of the challenges of the SAT. And I was able to do it." And that confidence is something that you want your kids to have. You want them to be happy, you want them to be healthy, and you want them to have confidence. And people get coaches for their athletes all the time, be it throwing for football or running for form or hitting for baseball. So this is no difference. This is just the academics and passion. So that is what Curious Cardinals has done for our family, and transformed kind of how we are, because there's a lot more joy in our house now without the stresses of school and everything that goes into it.